So, firstly, before I pitch, me or my teams in the GCCs are already working on something, right? So, let's say we are currently working on, uh, I'll take example of software testing, just as an example. We need to ensure that in the current set of work that we have at GCC, what we are delivering, we are demonstrating consistent delivery excellence. And that is demonstrated with metrics showing quality, productivity, reliability that matches or exceeds the global standards. So the first thing is the consistent delivery that of the work that is being delivered out of GCC currently. The second aspect is identifying specific business problems that you can solve, which includes the pain points that may not be very obvious to the headquarters, but that may impact the operations. You start with small pilots when you're talking about the new capabilities, and these pilots these pilot driven expanded responsibilities for before a formal transition sort of started using that those discretionary resources to show capabilities in action. I remember when I was working with GSK, we were working on something called as therapy area research. So we used to conduct a lot of competitive intelligence, market research, forecasting, sales forecasting or revenue forecasting kind of activities for the in-market brand functions of GSK. And we were now pitching for their research and development strategic business unit for new work. What we did was at that point in time, we took the team members from our existing teams. We ran certain pilots which we uh, which we believe were relevant to the problems and the pain points of the R&D strategic business unit. We presented that to the to the board of that particular function of that SBU, and that kind of helped us gain credibility with them. So once you get that initial credibility through these pilots, POCs, the next step for you would be to present a detailed transition plan that minimizes risk to the business continuity, includes knowledge transfer approaches. It should include governance mechanisms, and very importantly, it should also include contingency planning. One of the things that we underestimate is relationship building. It's very important to build relationship with these key stakeholders within the organization. These key decision makers within the organization through regular engagement, through transparency. So that's those are some of the things that you can do internally. As I said earlier, outside in perspective, it is very important to leverage the success from other GCCs within your industry as benchmarks and proof points. It is important to define a narrative that connects GCC expansion to broader strategic objectives such as digital transformation of market expansion. So, answering your first question, Shankar, and you will have to remind me of the second one, but answering your first question, I think uh, there is there are some of these steps that one can take, as head of GCC leadership, to build new capabilities, expand new capabilities within the GCC.